Hey there, crypto friends. My name is Garrett, and today we're going to be diving into the Ethereum macro charts. Now, for those of you who love trading crypto and would like to try out the same crypto exchange that I use on a daily basis to trade crypto futures, then go ahead and feel free to try out the Blowfin exchange here with the link in the video description down below this video. We all want alt season, right? I mean, we've all been waiting for this shit to come for quite some time, and we are finally starting to get somewhere with Ethereum, it looks like. Now, in the past, Ethereum has been a very good indicator of knowing when alt season could eventually come or happen at some point in time, all right? So we're going to be looking at the Ethereum charts today on the macro scale, which is the weekly chart, and I'm going to explain my personal opinion and my personal view on what could potentially happen here, all right? Now, for those of you who don't know me, I'm a very realistic crypto trader, all right? I am not one of those people who gives into hype. I'm not one of those people who's posting on X on a daily basis. Alt season is just around the corner. I don't give into that bullshit, okay? I take my trading seriously, and I do not care about how many followers I have on X or anything like that, all right? Realistically here, I take things at face value, and I look at the charts and only the charts, and that is it, all right? So when we're taking a look at Ethereum here, this is what we could be potentially waiting for, all right? The time has hopefully come, and now it's just a waiting game to wait and see what could potentially happen here, all right? So as we can clearly see, I've got some fibs going on here all the way down from our swing high up here to our swing low down here on the weekly chart. And as we can clearly see, we have had all kinds of we've had all kinds of indecision going on here, all right? Previous to last week, we had a big down candle going straight to the downside, all the way down, back down to pretty much almost the 0.236 level right here, but it didn't quite make it there, which was pretty nice to see. That kind of told us that, okay, well, hey, there's still some momentum going on here, and bulls do not want to lose these levels, and we definitely do not want to go down to this level down here, all the way back down to, right around the 1400 level, because that would have sucked. And as you guys can clearly see, we had all kinds of indecision in previous weeks prior to that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We had 5 solid weeks straight, over a month straight of indecision right there, all right? That's telling us that both bulls and bears, kind of didn't know what to do. Nobody was really selling in big numbers. Nobody was really buying in big numbers. And we just kind of stuck around within this little plateau right here around the 0.382 level, which is pretty much around, 2,500 or something like that. And that's kind of where we are currently sitting right now. So because of this, and because this has been happening, me personally, I am not going to start getting excited until we can break this level right here, the 0.5 level right here, right around $2,750. When we pass this level with good solid momentum and good solid volume, that's when I will personally start to get excited that, hey, altcoins could potentially start making a good rise again, and we could start seeing some good inflows into all of these good top tier altcoins once again, all right? That's kind of what we're all waiting for here. Now, also, in addition to that, I'm one of those traders where I don't use very much on the charts, all right? You're not going to see me trading with the RSI. You're not going to see me trading with, other indicators like Bollinger Bands or the MACD or anything like that. Sure, I did in the past, but I mean, I've evolved, I've grown throughout the years. The only thing I use these days is a 7-period moving average, along with price action and Fibonacci retracements, and that's pretty much it, all right? And I've been wildly successful using just this, and it has worked out great for me, all right? So overall here, what we are looking at here, or what I am looking at here personally, is my moving average right here. Now, in the past, what I love about me using the short time or the short period moving average is 9 times out of 10, when price action is above the moving average, it typically indicates that, okay, bulls have control. Bulls have full control, or bulls are starting to gain control and starting to gain momentum and starting to steamroll things to a higher level, all right? Now, that does not always happen, but 9 times out of 10, it usually does. And as you can clearly see, that's usually what happens here, all right? Price action goes above the moving average right here, and bulls completely take over, and price just continues to rocket upwards. Now, again, right here. Same thing happened right here. But, obviously, this one, the reason why this didn't continue to go up is because obviously we were at the all-time high right back up here at the current high back here. And there obviously was not enough bullish momentum to continue going higher than this previous level right here. So that's why that one didn't go higher after it crossed over into what I consider bullish territory right there. All right. And instead it came down and bears ended up taking over. All right. Now, the same thing is probably going to happen if we end up getting back up to this $4,100 level again. All right. So that is something to keep an eye on as well. All right. Once we do start breaking these levels, realistically, I like to take things level by level. I don't like to start getting excited about these, larger levels up here, because realistically, we're nowhere near at that point yet. All right. But in the overall grand scheme of things, what we really want to be looking for right here, right now, is we want to be looking for, obviously we are above the moving average right now, and we ended up closing last week above this moving average as well, which kind of signified my personal opinion that we could start, seeing some bullish movements here in altcoins again, which we kind of did after that, which is very, very nice to see. So once we start to break this 2,750 level, I'm personally going to start getting excited, and I'm personally going to start looking at more macro type movements in the long term here, as far as potentially moving even higher and higher and higher level by level. Because after this level, next we've got the 3,070 level, and then after that the 3,500 level, and then the 4,100 level. All right, but just like every single level that we ever have, every single level is going to be met with some kind of resistance. So we need to keep in mind about, looking at that as well. All right. So overall here, guys, in my personal overall opinion, there's a lot that's going on in the market right now. I don't really pay attention to news very often. Like I said, I'm more of a charts type of guy. Anything that's going to be in the news is going to be reflected on the charts anyway. So I just like to stay, connected to just the charts only, and that's realistically it. Now, if we go ahead and take a look at the total 3 chart, the total 3 chart kind of looks pretty similar in relation to the Ethereum chart, which is pretty nice to see. We had our high way up here at $1.16 trillion, and then we ended up coming all the way back down in that big, downward movement that we had, a few months ago, and then we started trending back up again. All right, now if we are going to get another leg to the upside, you can clearly see that last week we ended up closing above the moving average here, and we are currently above the moving average still. So that bullish momentum is still there, but we are currently pretty much right at one of these fib resistances right here, which is the 0.382 level, which is the exact same spot as where we recently passed on Ethereum as well. All right, so if we go back to total 3, we can clearly see that we want altcoins to start breaking these levels going upwards. All right, in my personal opinion, obviously if the momentum can stay, then we can start breaking these levels one by one. But realistically, I'm personally not going to start getting excited until we break. For me with total 3, it's not this 0.382 level, and it is not. It's not this 0.382 level, but it is pretty much right in here, right in this level right here. And the reason why is because this level right here, the 0.5 level, $909 billion right here, is the level that we obviously struggled to pass when we went upwards that first time a few weeks ago. All right, and that's kind of the overall level that we want to be looking at here. Okay, so overall here, guys, keep taking it level by level. Don't let your hype, don't let hype get to your head and start to mess with your emotions. Otherwise, you're gonna end up losing money. You're gonna end up making bad decisions. Just take it level by level, slow and simple, and just take it level by level, and keep your head in the game. That's really realistically all it is here. Now, guys, before I go ahead and wrap up this video, if you are someone who is legitimately serious, and I mean legitimately serious, about becoming a more confident crypto trader overall, here's the thing. I don't usually trade the macro charts like this. I only use macro charts like this. I only do macro charts like this when I'm trying to see the overall trend that the movement, or that the that the overall market is moving in. All right. Realistically, I'm basically trading the 4-hour and the 1-hour charts on a regular basis. And that's pretty much what I am doing, or that's pretty much what I'm trading on any given day. All right. But if you are someone who is legitimately serious about becoming a more confident crypto trader overall, then I would like to invite you to join my brand new premium crypto trading Discord server that's focused on individualized education. All right. So if you are serious about taking the time that it actually takes to learn and build a trading strategy for yourself, and you are not there just to copy our trades without learning anything, then feel free to go ahead and join us in my ACR Trading Discord server with the link in the video description down below this video. And lastly, guys, if you guys enjoyed this video and feel free to, and you feel like you got some decent value out of it, be sure to go ahead and subscribe to the channel and hit the like button below the video. And with that said, you guys, hey, thanks for watching.